First of all, I love your stuff on Viceland. It's my favorite thing to watch, like, all the time. But I actually really enjoyed this film. I saw the original not too long ago, and something that I really liked about this was that I felt like this is super relevant in terms of people that are very competitive that have to take something to get an edge. What attracted you guys to this film?
What attracted me was, you know, the premise and why the original has maintained its cult status and its relevance, and then, you know, getting to play this character Courtney, who has this whole range of experience in the film, and I just was fascinated and moved and compelled, and it seemed like a really fun, but also something you could really dig into. Yeah.
Yeah, fun for me. I mean, I remember reading the original script and just, it's a rush, you know. It's a thriller, and it asks really big, pertinent questions, which hopefully will be taken into the bar afterwards. But also, it's a ride, and it has that wonderful horror element at the end. It's an interesting thing, which I think we hadn't really looked at, that angle of, you know, the sort of millennial needing to, in some way, distinguish himself from the pack, and these 5 people prepared to go that far. I think that applies particularly to Jamie. You know, he's so ambitious, and he really wants to prove his worth. So yeah, that's an interesting take.
Did any of you guys get really fascinated by the afterlife? Like, I know you did the video game Beyond, which kind of touches on it a little bit, but did this enhance any kind of fascination you had about the afterlife?
I don't think it. I don't think so personally. I mean, like, without the movie, I probably spend a lot of time thinking about that, or at least, like, even while I'm here, just what's on the other side and what's happening. Is there another side?
You know, it's funny how many we've been asked that question loads, and we're really bad at answering it because
it's a deep question.
It is super deep question.
Yeah, it's really hard. Everyone is intrigued. Everyone speculates. People write music, films, books about it, but no one really has any clue, and we certainly have no clue.
One thing I really liked about this film as well is the kind of like afterlife dream sequences that are going on. To separate it from the original, this one felt more like a thriller. What do you guys think about, like, those kind of scenes in terms of, like, what's going on in the afterlife that stimulates the brain and stuff like that? Like,
Well, for me, I enjoy the ambiguity of it in terms of what is actually happening here. And another thing that attracted me to playing Courtney is this trauma from the past that's been, repressed, manifesting, and exploring how it manifests in everybody differently. And is this sort of that euphoric rush that you'd get, on like ayahuasca or something? So that was something I enjoyed. So I didn't necessarily see it as like a rush in the afterlife. More, brain firing, and, I don't know.
How we deal with guilt and repression, and it's an exaggerated, compressed version of that because, we, through the flatline, prompt this horrible manifestation of our repressed guilt, and so in a metaphor for life, we should all be dealing with our baggage more readily, for a sort of healthy mind.